Today we're going to be analyzing Upper Moon 2 Douma, the most sadistic and twisted character in the Demon Slayer series. This goes without saying, but spoiler warning for anyone who has not yet read the Demon Slayer manga. We'll be discussing events that have not yet happened in the anime, so here's your chance to swipe off the video. Also, I now have a public Discord server, so feel free to join. The link to that is in my bio. Douma is one of the most interesting characters in the series because unlike most of the major demons in Demon Slayer, his ambitions aren't at all relatable, nor are they easy to understand. Upon introduction, Douma comes off as upbeat and playful. We see a brief interaction between Douma and Akaza where despite his kind demeanor, Douma gets his head punched off by an agitated Akaza before being stopped by Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo. Furthermore, as he starts to regenerate, Douma shows no signs of anger or irritation towards Akaza, while Akaza, on the other hand, actively shows signs of hatred towards Douma. As we look deeper into Douma's backstory, we start to understand that his kind and playful demeanor is significantly more sadistic and sinister than you'd imagine. At birth, Douma was born with rainbow-colored eyes and white hair, which led his parents to believe he was a gift from God that could commune with a greater power. They worshipped Douma as a prophet, and eventually a cult formed around him as a result. Douma himself didn't believe in a higher power and pitied those who worshipped him. In fact, at a young age, Douma realized his emotions and feelings were very different than those around him. Douma had no real emotions or attachments of his own, so human emotions and feelings meant nothing to him. When his mother murdered his father then took her own life, Douma wasn't fazed in the slightest. The only reaction we got out of him was disappointment that his mother wouldn't be cleaning up the mess she had left. Even as a child, Douma was a confirmed sociopath. As time went on and the cult started to gain a larger following, Douma encountered Muzan and became a demon. With his newly acquired immortality, he believed it was his duty to save the women of the cult from their suffering by consuming them, believing that with his immortality they would live on forever through him. And despite the clear dread and despair the women showed moments before their death, Douma believed he was doing the right thing and was proud that in his eyes he had saved another person from their suffering. In Douma's backstory, we find out that Inosuke's mother Kotoha Hashibara was a member of this cult before finding out he was a demon. Kotoha tried to escape, but Douma didn't want the rest of the cult to know his secret. Kotoha, realizing that there was nowhere left for her to run, threw an infant Inosuke into the river praying for his survival moments before being killed by Douma. A tragic story that even Inosuke was unaware of until meeting Douma. During the Infinity Castle arc, Shinobu Kanao and Inosuke take on Douma, where the demon completely retains his cheerful demeanor, claiming that Inosuke's mother was a pitiful, worthless woman whose life only obtained meaning after he consumed her, as well as regretting not being able to provide the same for Kanae Kocho, the older sister of Shinobu, leading to an amazing juxtaposition of the vengeful and enraged demon slayers fighting an upbeat and cheerful demon. Recognizing the psychotic nature of their opponent, Shinobu criticizes the demon for his unfeeling nature, claiming that he is worthless and empty inside, words that would spark anger within Douma for the first time in his life. Shinobu then went on to sacrifice herself, allowing Douma to consume her, poisoning the cheerful Upper Moon with 70 times the lethal dose of wisteria. As Douma's body began to deteriorate, Inosuke and Kana were finally able to get the upper hand and defeat the Upper Moon. However, Douma showed no anger or remorse in his final moments. Rather, we get to see Douma and Shinobu reunite once more in the afterlife, where Douma tells Shinobu that after all they've been through, he finally understands the feeling of love, claiming that he loves her and asking Shinobu to accompany him to hell. A sadistic end to a sadistic character.